In this tutorial, we are going to learn about variables in Python. Let's start with a simple program. Suppose we want to display some information about a student. We can directly write the name inside the print function. For example, we want to display Alex is studying class 7. Then we want to print Alex is from California. And then we print Alex is 13 years old. And finally, Alex has a GPA of 8.5. And this works. We could write Alex everywhere we need it. But what happens if we later want to change the name from Alex to Karthik? We would have to find every place where we wrote Alex and change it manually to Karthik. With just 4 statements, this may not seem like a big problem, but in a larger program, the same value could be used in many different places. Instead of repeating the value everywhere, we can store it once and give it a name. Above our print statements, we'll write student underscore name equals Alex with Alex inside quotation marks. Here, student underscore name is the variable, Alex is the value assigned to that variable, and the equal sign is the assignment operator. It takes the value on the right and assigns it to the variable on the left. So after the statement runs, the variable student underscore name refers to the value Alex. Now we need to use this variable inside our existing statements. Instead of writing Alex directly, we'll use the variable student underscore name. For the first statement, we'll print the student underscore name variable followed by is studying class 7. We'll make the same change in the other statements. Now, all 4 statements use the value stored in the student name variable. Let's run the program. As you can see, the output is still the same. Alex is studying class 7. Alex is from California. Alex is 13 years old. And Alex has a GPA of 8.5. The difference is that we are no longer writing Alex separately in every statement. Python gets the value from the student underscore name variable each time we use it. Now let's see why this is useful. We wanted to change the student's name from Alex to Karthik. Instead of changing all 4 print statements, we only need to change the value assigned to student underscore name. Now let's run the program again. As you can see, Karthik is now used in all 4 statements. We change the value in one place, and every statement using that variable automatically uses the new value. That is one of the main reasons we use variables. But if you look at our program, the student's name is not the only value we are repeating. We also have the class, location, age, and GPA written directly inside the print statements. These values can also change. So let's store them in variables as well. We already have the student underscore name variable. Next, let's create a variable called student underscore class and assign 7 to it. Then we'll create a variable called student underscore location and assign California to it. Because California is text, we write it inside quotation marks. Next, let's create student underscore age and assign 13 to it. And finally, let's create student underscore GPA and assign 8.5 to it. Now our student's information is stored separately at the top of the program. Let's update the print statements to use these variables. The first statement now uses student underscore name and student underscore class. The second one uses student underscore name and student underscore location. The third one uses student underscore name and student underscore age. And the fourth one uses student underscore name and student underscore GPA. Let's run the program again. The output remains the same. But now the values used by our program are stored in variables instead of being repeated directly inside the print statements. This also shows us something important about variables. Variables can refer to different kinds of values. The student underscore name variable contains Karthik, which is text. The student underscore location variable also contains text. The student underscore class and student underscore age variables contain whole numbers. And student underscore GPA contains a number with a decimal point. Python keeps track of what kind of value each variable refers to. These different kinds of values are called data types. We will look at data types in detail separately. For now, just understand that variables can refer to different kinds of values. Now let's see another important property of variables. We can also change the value stored in a variable later in the program. Suppose Karthik has a birthday and his age changes from 13 to 14. Below our current student underscore age assignment, let's assign 14 to student underscore age. Then let's print student underscore age. Python first assigns 13 to student underscore age, but later it reaches another assignment where we assign 14 to the same variable. So from that point onward, student underscore age refers to 14. Let's make this even clearer. We'll print student underscore age before changing it. Let's run the program. The first print statement displays 13. Then we assign a new value to student underscore age. The second print statement displays 14. So basically, when we assign a new value to the same variable, Python updates it with the new value. This ability to change the value is why we call it a variable. Now let's look at a few important rules for naming variables. A variable name can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. For example, student underscore name is a valid variable name. Student underscore class is also valid. And something like student1 is valid as well. But a variable name cannot start with a number. For example, one student is not a valid name. Variable names also cannot contain spaces. If we want a variable name containing multiple words, we can separate those words using underscores. For example, instead of student name with a space, we can write student underscore name. Python variable names are also case sensitive. This means uppercase and lowercase letters are treated differently. We already have student underscore name with lowercase letters. Then we'll create student underscore name with an uppercase S and assign Alex to it. Now let's print both variables. As you can see, one gives us Karthik and the other gives us Alex. Python treats student underscore name with a lowercase s and student underscore name with an uppercase S as two different variable names. Using variable names that differ only by capitalization can make the program confusing. So in practice, we should choose clear and consistent names. Python variable names are commonly written using lowercase words separated by underscores. For example, student underscore name, student underscore age, and student underscore class. This style makes variable names easy to read. The name of the variable should also tell us what kind of information it represents. For example, student underscore age is much clearer than simply calling the variable x. Now let's return to our student program. We stored all the information in variables. Then we use the variables in the print statements. If the student's name, age, class, location, or GPA changes, we can update the corresponding variable instead of searching through all the statements where that value may have been used. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel.